Hey team, good afternoon. For some of you, this is going to be repetitive, but there's a lot of new coaches in this group, so I wanted to touch base with you about what I do every day. And our team is growing super fast, so we wanted to give everyone the information to have on hand to know exactly what you should be doing. So for me, every Sunday, I sit down with my calendar for the week and I put my kids' schedule on there, my personal appointments and my errands, and of course my working hours. Monday through Friday are pretty much the same thing. A typical day for me, if the kids are in school, is I wake up at 6:30 and I read my personal development, which is any book that you can get encouragement by and information. For me, I'm reading a leadership book by McDowell right now. And I check into my messenger after my personal development, my notifications and my emails. And that happens between 7 and 9 a.m. I do not sit down at my computer for 2 hours at that point, but I do check in sporadically while I'm doing other things in the morning. And I also make my first Facebook post during those times. Then I also get the kids breakfast, I pack backpacks, I get them on the bus. Then I get myself ready for the day as far as gym clothes go, and I'm ready to work out. 5 times a week I do go to the gym. I go from 9:30 to 11, and if I don't actually physically go to the gym, I will do my workouts at home from between 9:30 and 11. At 11 o'clock until 1, I shower, I eat, I run errands, and then at 1 o'clock my working day starts. So from 1 to 4, I'm literally sitting my booty in my office chair and it does not move unless I have to go to the bathroom. That is when I post my second Facebook post. I schedule my post. I use Sendable. It's a great tool for those of you new coaches who are overwhelmed with how do you post in all these groups. Sendable is great. There's a lot of other scheduling apps also. I check in with my challenge groups. I do my personal invites. I check my back office. I check in with my coaches, and I check in with my trainings and also do some trainings for myself. I do not scroll Facebook during this time. For me, that's entertainment. So I set my working hours, and that is not during that time. I do not scroll Facebook. I do scroll Facebook for my like and my comments, the 10 in play, which you'll hear that term. If you're not familiar with it, that's basically going through your Facebook. It should take 2 minutes. It should not be something that takes a long period of time. But you literally go through your Facebook and you like or comment and or comment on your friends' Facebook posts so that they see you engaging with them and you're not just there. Especially new friends, you want to engage in their pictures and their posts and comments and whatnot. I use a tracker to see my progress, and I use a list. So the tracker I printed from our group, our training group, I literally printed 10, I print 10 copies at a time, and that gets me for 10 weeks. I also use a list, and that list is very long, but that is for people who I personally asked to be in a group or to try something Beachbody or maybe somebody who was in a free group or people who have asked me questions about what I offer and what I can do to help them. So they're all on a list. 5 days before I have an order deadline. So it usually takes 10 days to get your items when you order something. I say 10 days, sometimes it's 7, but 10 is pretty safe. So 10 days before my group starts, they have to order. So 5 days before that, so now we're talking 15 days before my next group starts, I will start getting out my list and I will send every single person on that list a message about my next group. I'll familiarize myself with what we discussed right before that, and then it's literally a copy and paste. Hey, how are you? Just checking in. I have another group starting. I have 2 spaces left. I'd love to have you. Summer's coming, blah, blah, blah. Something like that. It's going to get their attention. It's going to make them think, yes, summer is coming and I'm definitely not ready. So it's going to make them want to go ahead and you know, start. So if that is where, that's how I cycle out my list and how I use them. The only time that I don't message someone, they may have seen it 3 different times. Don't care, messaging them again. What I do when they tell me stop messaging me, or I'm really not interested, or I change my mind, then they're off my list. Until then, they're getting a message. And I do sometimes, depending on how many times I've talked to them, I do put in there a little disclosure at the bottom of the message, like, if you changed your mind and you're not interested anymore, just let me know and I'll take you off of my reminder list. So it sort of gives me an okay to message them again, because they didn't tell me, hey, crazy lady, stop messaging me. So that's something you can definitely do too. Okay, so, and then that's from between 1 and 4. Those are my working hours. Between 4 and 8 p.m. is what I call family time, homework, dinner, activities. And I try not to respond to messages. It's really hard because I'm super anal, and if it dings, I want to know what the ding's about. And that's another thing, rewind to the working hours. When I am at my desk, I turn all the sounds off to every device. Like, I don't get dings for anything except what I could be working on at that point. So I'll get a ding for a message, of course, because that's when I'm supposed to be answering messages. But notifications, I will check them purposefully, but I will not answer every notification every time it comes in, because that's all I would be doing for 3 hours. Okay, so 4 to 8 family time. I do, like I said, check messages here and there, depending on who it's from or what they need. I will message them right away, or I'll wait. And then from 8 to 10 p.m., I will post my 3rd post on Facebook. My 2nd one happens between my working hours. I'll look at my messenger, check in with my challenge groups. I will do Zoom calls, my coach check-ins, and things that I don't miss during the week ever are basically two things that I am very consistent about, which is my Monday National Wake Up Call and my Monday night bombshell training. Those 2 things, I may not be able to listen to them live every single Monday, but I do catch the recording before the next one. All right, inviting versus sharing. I posted a video of myself earlier from a YouTube video from January, and it was about a garage sale, inviting versus sharing. It's comical, it's informative, so check it out. Inviting is not posting on Facebook. This is a tool that gets you able to invite. But inviting is asking someone to try what's worked for you. So for example, one of my scripts, again, I literally just typed this out this afternoon, but one of my scripts is, hey, Lisa, I noticed you were at the gym this morning. I'm into fitness. I'm into keeping my body healthy, and as I get older, it's hard. And then I put something like, I've used this 21-day fix for 11 months. It's a genius program, and I cannot live without it. I also would share that to someone that I think would benefit from it. So that's how you can invite there. You're not actually saying, do you want to buy this? You are just starting a conversation. So I think the word invite is almost maybe the wrong word. Dare I say that? Because inviting is like, hey, do you want to come to my party? But you can't right out of the gate always do that. You can if they're like your friends or your family or somebody you know or that you've been talking to about this. But to just friend someone on Facebook and go right to Messenger and say, hey, do you want to buy the 21-day fix? That is icky, and that is never going to get you anywhere. So don't do that. So basically, it's just a conversation to get things going and started, and hopefully it turns around eventually. It might not the first time, second time, third time, but eventually, you know, people that I've asked last May are finally buying this program. So it's not easier for me. It's just as hard for me as it is for you. But it's about being consistent, and it's about checking in with them, and it's about messaging them, and it's about posting on Facebook and having them see you and build up your rapport and your trustworthiness, because they're not just going to look to anyone for fitness and health info. They can get that anywhere. They need to see something different in you that they want and that they need and they feel they need to succeed, because when it comes down to it, the support is what is going to change their life. So last thing is, when I need something, like if I have a question, which I have questions every day, I do several things first. My first thing is I Google it over anything else. If it's Beachbody, like let's just say edamame, okay, silly. What container is edamame for the 21-day fix? I'll literally I'll literally Google that. If I don't get anywhere with Google, I will YouTube it. If I don't get anywhere with YouTube, I will live chat it. If I don't get anywhere with live chat, I will look at the FAQs in the back office. If I don't get anywhere with that, which is like 1% of the time or less, I will talk to my upline coach and ask her. But I don't just ask her every question. I mean, it's number one, that answer is right in the 21-day fix book. So that might have been a bad question, but anything, you can Google anything, try it. I promise you, you can. And in Cancun, I learned how big this company is going to get. And I think even though I've been doing this for a year, I didn't even have a clue. And I think sitting down with Carl Deichler at lunch, definitely was like, wow, this man is like brilliant. And he's a real person, and he struggles with eating healthy, and he struggles with working out. So he's like normal. He also said his #1 goal in 2015 is not sales. What CEO says it's not sales? Ours. Our CEO says his #1 priority in 2015 is to fix our coach relations and our customer service department. So I know you guys are going, woo, woo, and I'm serious. He meant it. He says he loses sleep at night because of it. And I bluntly said across the table, I've lost coaches and customers because of our customer service and our poor shipping and handling of things. And he's aware of it, he knows it, and he's working on it faithfully to fix it. So hang in there. I know a lot of my coaches have had issues. He knows, he's working on it, and he cares about it. So last thing, this job is my most rewarding job I've ever done, except from being a mom. And I found something that I absolutely love to do. And I promised myself on April 9th, 2014, that I would give Beachbody 1 year. And I've given it 1 year. 1 year and a few weeks. And I can tell you that today being payday, I banked my highest week to date. Consistency, being patient, and working hard pays off. So I want to encourage you to give Beachbody 1 year. 1 year from when you signed up, or maybe just say, starting new outlook, I'm starting today, I'm giving Beachbody 1 year. And if you do that, and if you're consistent and you do what you're supposed to do every single day, you will be banking your highest pay 1 year from today. So, all right, if you need anything, let me know. Hopefully I helped you with what I do every day. And if you have any specific questions, just ask. Thanks.